Hey, good morning, Facebook world. This is Coach Bill with Weight Loss Made Easy. Hope you guys are starting off a great day. It's Tuesday today, and today's my day to do some moderate interval cardio to get a healthy heart, especially for us seniors out there. So guys, today, a lot of chatter out there right now. A lot of chatter about probiotic supplements. It seems that the supplement companies have really jumped on board and started really promoting their supplement probiotics because of the gut issue that most of Americans have. And that's becoming an epidemic. So those of you that have some type of a gut issue, I don't know, it could be IBS, it could be a leaky gut, it could be the diverticulitis, colitis, some kind of a colon issue or gut, anyway, all gut issues actually. And what's happening out there is when these people go to their doctors to try to figure out why they have an issue, well, the doctors don't explain the whole story on why you have gut issues in the first place. Okay, so that's the whole thing. They also don't explain to you the root cause of why you have the issue. Now, let me lay a little bit of groundwork here. First of all, understand that our digestive tract or our gut or our immune system has not evolved away from our ancestors. So that's the first thing. Our bodies, our digestive tracts and our immune system and our bodies really have not evolved away from our ancestors. And that's why so many researchers and so many doctors have been researching this for decades now and are coming up with a lot of science research proving how we need to go to a higher fat diet, become fat adapted, and get away from the traditional Western diet of a high carb diet. And those of you that are still in that high carb diet thing and are eating 3 to 4 meals a day consistently, or eating meals every 2 hours, guys are going to be left in the dark here. Way too much research on that. So if you're working with clients trying to get them to lose weight, you got to look at the root cause of it, what's causing them to have such a hard time losing the weight, or why they can't do it long term. Because most of you know that the Western traditional diet, you'll do fine for a few months, plateau out, and you start gaining weight again. That's typical. That's why they fail. But so you just got to understand what our ancestors did. And our ancestors were gatherers. There was a lot of times when they couldn't even eat food. They were hunting. And they go 3 or 4 or 5 days without eating, but yet they had enough energy and enough muscle to continue until they find food. Well, why is that? Well, because our body has an internal mechanism that actually promotes and saves your muscle. So you're not going to lose muscle mass when you're doing a prolonged fast or intermittent fasting. But anyway, so basically, I would have to say the majority of the stomach issues out there, I'm going to have to go a little higher than that. I'm going to say that most all of the issues out there is due to bad gut bacteria when it comes to your issues. It's all because of our processed foods, the contaminants in the bottled water, tap water, your filtered water out of your refrigerator. Those of you that think that by going down to your health food store, buying the alkaline bottled water is good for you. No, they're all contaminated. I mean, the World Health Organization has already warned the people about that. And there's nine other countries out there that have already done research on it. And now they're warning everybody. 93% of all bottled water is contaminated. So obviously you guys are drinking contaminated water that's causing gut issues. It's killing the good gut bacteria. See, that's the fact. There's the factor there. You have no good gut bacteria. You have bad gut bacteria. That's the root cause of why you guys have some kind of a digestive issue. Now, this is why the supplement companies are jumping on the bandwagon, because research is showing that by increasing your probiotics or your good gut bacteria is helping people with many, many different types of gut issues. And so science is already showing this. The problem is the supplement companies are jumping on board and saying, my pill will do this, or my supplement will do this to increase your good gut bacteria. Well, guys, just like I said, our bodies have not evolved away from our ancestors. And our ancestors never took any kind of supplements or pills. They ate fresh, live foods that were contaminant-free. You know, and that includes their meat. There was no antibiotics, no steroids, nor hormones injected in them. It was all fresh, live, healthy meat. Vegetables and fruits during the seasons when they were available. There was no contaminants on them. So they were getting the max amount of good antioxidants in those fruits and vegetables to help to strengthen their immune system. And also the big factor, huge factor, they weren't drinking the water you guys are drinking now. They weren't drinking water that was contaminated with all kinds of pharmaceutical chemicals, pesticides, herbicides, hormones. Now they're saying that most of the freshwater lakes here in the United States is contaminated with high levels of estrogen, which is causing issues with young boys as far as having man boobs. And also now, the health organization says that most of the bottled water is containing microplastic particles, which is very toxic to the body. I mean, there's fish that they're finding out, they're opening up fish in the ocean, and this is how they found it. They're full of plastic particles, and they're dying. So you see how you've contaminated your body. So that's why the root cause of your gut issues is you have more bad bacteria than you have good bacteria. Now the question is, obviously, is most of you have been like this for years, decades. So can it be reversed? Absolutely it can. You just have to go on a consistent way of living and change your lifestyle, and the very first thing you got to do, very first thing, because your body is 75% water, and if you want clarity in the brain, your brain is 80% water. You got to get off all that crappy water you guys are drinking and your kids are drinking. You got to get onto water that has the most powerful antioxidant on the planet, and that's hydrogen-rich water, that is shown by science to help many diseases like cancer, Parkinson, autoimmune diseases. I mean, that science is there. You know what's really crazy, guys? That molecule that's in the hydrogen-rich water, the scientific name for it is molecular hydrogen H2. When you have a healthy gut, you guys probably didn't even know this. Ask your medical professional this. See if he even knows this. Your body, your gut, produces natural molecular hydrogen H2. Now remember what I said. Molecular hydrogen H2 is the most powerful antioxidant in existence. Okay, the mechanism that produces molecular hydrogen, I have to laugh because it blew me away too when I started to research this. But I look at it as differently than most, is that God gave us mechanisms in the body to protect us from diseases and chemicals and things. The problem is, nowadays, everything is contaminated. The air we breathe, everything. So our bodies are overwhelmed with toxic chemicals, and it just cannot keep up with it all. And that's why the United States is one of the sickest countries in the world. But the way I look at this is that if our body has a mechanism that's actually producing the most powerful antioxidant on the planet, then there must be something to it. And so why not drink hydrogen-rich water? Because with every glass you're getting the most powerful antioxidant on the planet. So how much better is that? You're bombarding your body and helping to build your immune system, which is the mechanism that's going to reverse diseases. Nothing, no drugs, no medication, I don't care, no chemo, no radiation, nothing compares to your own healthy immune system. So what do you have to do? You got to build it up. And how do you do that? Well, remember what I said about the probiotics? Okay, the antibiotics that you guys are taking kills good bacteria. Alcohol, number 2, kills good bacteria. All the chemicals in the environment, all the chemicals in your water you're drinking, all the chemicals on all the food you're eating. When you go out to dinner, all the chemicals there, you guys are killing, overrunning your good gut bacteria. So how do we reverse it? Well, it's actually pretty simple, guys. Get away from the supplementation that is a pill form. Until I find somewhere in nature where the pill is actually growing on a plant, then maybe I will be convinced that that's okay to take. But until then, it's not okay to take, because your body, if you actually know the physiology of the body and the digestive tract and how it all works, if you really know how it all works, the body does not recognize a pill as being healthy. And besides, you don't even know how much you're going to utilize, because it has to go through the digestive tract anyway. And most of you already know, if you know anything about supplements and vitamin pills, most of the time you don't absorb enough. Okay? So it's not really going to work. Now, the probiotics may work for a little while because you're so depleted, but the body's not stupid. It is not stupid. It's going to recognize it being junk. And that's why my wife is educating people on how to do the live, fresh, natural probiotics from live, fresh, fermented foods. That's why she's educating people. This is what we do. Now, for us, the simplest and fastest way for us to get good gut bacteria back in our gut in order to overtake the bad gut bacteria is we do kefir, which is fermented whole milk or organic. Now, don't panic. Those of you that are lactose sensitive, don't panic, because there's something else you don't know. That when you ferment milk, there's no lactose in it anymore. Okay, guys? It's gone. The sugar in it is gone. It's fermented, which means it's actually good for any of you out there, and it's a way to reverse your gut issue if you're lactose sensitive. It actually will reverse it by you doing fresh live kefir, because it's fermented. Kefir has got massive amounts of good probiotics, massive amounts of good B vitamins, massive amounts of good minerals. See, that's what it has when it goes to the fermented stage. Just like when you have sauerkraut. Introduce sauerkraut, 1 tablespoon a day, per day, 7 days a week, fermented food. You could also ferment your own vegetables. Your body will look at kefir, kombucha. We do kombucha also, which has got a lot of probiotics, but it's got a massive amount of good digestive enzymes. After a meal, I have about 4 to 6 ounces of kombucha. Because of the digestive enzymes, it helps digest my food much faster. So I also assimilate more nutrient in the food. You see, that's another thing. When you have a good gut, when you digest your food, you're going to actually digest your food much more efficiently. You're going to pull the nutrients out there much more efficiently, and you won't be hungry as often because you're getting enough nutrients. Those of you that have a bad gut bacteria or a bad digestive tract, that's why you're hungry after you have a big meal an hour or two later. You're not able to utilize the nutrients in that food. That's why. That's the root cause. So how do you reverse that? Like I said, fermented vegetables. Kefir and kombucha is the fastest way to do it. The fastest way to get the probiotics into your gut to start killing off the bad bacteria. Now, we always let people know you got to start off with small steps. You don't just jump to 8 ounces of kefir, because remember, most of you out there have more bad gut bacteria than you do good. So if you drink something that's in a liquid form that's got a lot of good probiotics, what's it going to do? It's going to start killing off the bad gut bacteria. Well, what's that going to do? Where is the bad gut bacteria going to go? It has to go out the door, right? Well, because you have so much of that, and now you're drinking a massive amount of kefir, then you're going to clog your colon up with all that bad bacteria, and it's going to take a little time to get it out. So what's that word? Well, a lot of people either have diarrhea or constipation. So no, you start off easy. Start off with 2 ounces just before you go to bed at night, or 4 ounces during the day. That's what you do. Now with my online personal training clients, if they're doing kefir, I like them to do it about 30 minutes before they actually have their first meal of the day, when they're coming off of a 16-hour fast or an 18-hour fast or a prolonged fast. Because what? Well, they've been fasting, so there's not really any digestive enzymes in the gut. So by having something mild that has digestive enzymes, put it in the gut first, wait about a half hour, and then have a meal. And that way they're going to digest their food much more efficiently. Okay, guys? So what Emily did was she did a couple of videos on how to make it. We have science research on it that I'll send to people also. There's different ways you can make the kefir. If you guys like flavor, you can put fruit in it, strawberries, macadamia, cantaloupe, make it kind of spruce it up a little bit. Or if your kids, make a strawberry one. Kids love it, because bad gut bacteria, it's not just for adults. It's also with our kids, which is escalating, because we've worked with a lot of kids, young kids, who had acid reflux. I mean, that's another way, okay? And so you can also eliminate that issue over time. But you got to remember that all good things take time, and that's in everything. And that if you had a bad gut bacteria for decades, and you've been going to the same doctor over and over again, and they're trying to figure this out and giving you medication, how's that working? It's not. Well, why do you keep doing it? That doesn't make sense. It's because your doctor's not educated enough to solve the root problem. And the root problem is your diet, the food you're eating, the processed food. You got to get away from all that stuff. Now, I had somebody text me or message me and say, well, Bill, what about prebiotics? Well, what prebiotics do is they actually feed probiotics. And I tell them, it's the same thing. Why in the world would you take a prebiotic to help your probiotic pill? You're taking a prebiotic pill to help your probiotic pill and think the body's going to look at that as being good. No. So how do you feed the probiotics? Very simple. Change your lifestyle. Go to fresh foods. That's what you do. Your the vegetables that you eat every day. There's your prebiotics right there. Now we do organic, but we do have to clean all of our organic. We have an anagic electrolysis device that produces a medical grade water, 11.0, which is a very, very high alkaline water. And because the fruits and vegetables are contaminated with pesticides and herbicides, and they use an oil base to spray on them, so the pesticide doesn't come off when they get moisture, we have to clean all of our organic food with that 11.0, because it helps to emulsify the oil-based pesticides and herbicides. And so we clean everything. And when I was fighting my cancer, that's exactly what my wife would do, because obviously I couldn't even think about having any kind of chemicals put into my body while we're fighting that. So that's the reason why we purchased the anagic electrolysis device, because furthermore, I did my research on hydrogen-rich water, about the most powerful antioxidant on the planet, And we also did our research, mainly my wife, on the type of device we need to put in our house and give to our family. And we picked obviously it's the most expensive one, because my health is worth more than what the cost was. I didn't care about the cost. I just wanted the best machine that had the most time out there, and that was actually a medical device in Japan for over 40 years, and that here in the United States, that the WQA gave us, I think it's 3 certifications proving that the water coming from the inadequate electrolysis device was healthy for us to drink and for my family to drink. And then I found out that they put a gold seal on it, showing it, and the other devices out there, the cheaper ones that weren't going to last, and I didn't want to take the chance with myself and my family. Well, they don't have those 3 certifications. I forgot what they were. So why in the world would I even drink the water out of a machine that's not proven to be safe to drink? I wouldn't at all. I'm going to go with the best. And you know what, guys? The expense of the device isn't that bad. It's pretty affordable. Actually, you can get your own device for like $58 a month, and then share it with your friends. That's what we do. We share hydrogen-rich water with our friends for a few weeks and let them see for themselves. We give the water away for free for a couple weeks. So if you live in my area, I'm in Temecula, Marietta, Menifee, Wildemar, Elsinore, Riverside County. If you're in that area, we'll give you the water for free just to try it yourself. No obligation. Okay, guys? So, guys, you guys got to look at your good gut bacteria as being what's going to reverse most of your diseases. So here's a little tip. This is something most of the medical professionals aren't going to say, that the majority of your medical issues are going to come from your gut. You can look that up, Google it yourself, and you'll see that is true. So the bottom line is, what do? Well, get rid of the bad gut bacteria and put the good gut bacteria. What happens to the medical issues? What happens to the gut issues? What happens to diverticulitis or colitis or IBS or leaky gut or this or that? What happens? It'll eventually reverse itself. That's it. Okay, guys, hope you enjoyed this video. You can go to my YouTube channel, type in Bill Mabry, subscribe to it for more videos. You can also go to my Drink Nature's Water Facebook page, like it for more videos. And if you want to know more about hydrogen-rich water, or if you have any questions, you can contact me at why am I breathing so hard? I'm supposed to be cooling down. www.drinknatureswater@gmail.com. Okay, guys. You guys have a great morning, and we will see you guys on the next video. Bye.